It was possible to reveal such information that is missing from the mainstream media, and is also buried deep on the web, making it hard to find it with a conventional search. In this video, 10 different AI chatbot services will be compared simply by using the very same prompt consisting of a series of questions to see the generated responses. The main topic chosen for this test was the UV lights, as it happens that I know the correct answer for several questions, and the response in those cases can be verified by 100% accuracy. During the test, the free models were used, and all parameters were left at their default value for each chatbot. Be sure to stay until the end of the video, as I left the best performing chatbots as the last presented ones. During each chatbot, some screenshots of their generated responses will be shown in the background. Let's start. Le Chat was developed by Mistral AI, located in France. Le Chat cannot give an answer as to when its development started, but the company was founded in April 2023. Le Chat can be used for free, but it has limitations and has enhanced models on paid plans. Its features include web search, image generation, canvas, and code interpreter. The sources used are listed after the response. Each answer has further options, such as rating, regenerate, and copy. During chat, Le Chat not only forgets things that were being talked about, but sometimes it gives responses to something else unrelated to the question, thus making the response useless. Also, it has the tendency to present incorrect information when it is directly asked about a specific matter. It reveals it in the answer. Otherwise, it is prone to withhold information. When asked about facts, it gives rather an incorrect answer. The links it provides in the response for online articles are working, but unfortunately, they open in the same browser tab by default, which is not very practical. It could give a photo in the response. I experienced heavy performance issues while using Le Chat. It was slow with many answers, and its UI was unresponsive. This looked like it was in sync with the number of questions asked in a single chat session. Unfortunately, this is such an issue that rendered this chatbot basically unusable in its current state. Claude was developed by Anthropic, headquartered in the United States. Claude cannot give an answer as to when its development started, but the first model was released in March 2023. Claude is free to use with limitations, including a daily limit on the questions, and it can be upgraded to paid plans. Its features include style and model selection. Claude responses are unusually short and brief. Each answer has further options: copy, rating, and retry. During chat, Claude is prone to withhold information, and when it is asked directly about a specific matter, it sometimes still continues to withhold. When asked about facts, it says it does not have specific information and gives only a vague answer. When asked to provide links to online articles or photos, it was not able to fulfill that request. Instead, gave a description how to search for them. U.com Smart Assistant was developed by U.com, headquartered in the United States. It cannot give an answer as to when its development started, but the company was founded in 2020. U.com Smart Assistant can be used for free and has enhanced models on paid plans. Its pre-trained data is not that up to date, as it includes general information up to October 2023. U.com also offers custom versions of the models for various tasks from a searchable categorized list. Its features include smart mode, web search, and voice input. The chat session can be flagged as a favorite. The sources are listed inline in the specific answers, and after that, there are suggestions for further question ideas. However, these suggestions are not preserved in the history. Each answer first shows a workflow of how the response is being generated. Then it has further options, such as copy and rating. During chat, it is prone to withholding information. But when it is directly asked about a specific matter, it reveals it in the answer. When asked about facts, it may make incorrect assumptions and give a vague answer. The links to online articles are working well. When asking for a photo, it provided just a link to an article. However, it was not possible to verify it as the link did not work. I experienced some minor performance issues while using u.com. Namely, the page had to be refreshed or the server did not respond at all for some seconds. Copilot was developed by Microsoft, headquartered in the United States. Copilot cannot give an answer as to when its development started. However, Microsoft partnered with OpenAI in 2019. Copilot is free to use, and there is also a paid version with enhanced and priority features. The features include an audio input and a model selection. There are some custom models available as experimental AI initiatives through so-called Copilot labs. Copilot's responses are rather short with no highlights. The sources are listed after the answers, and Copilot gives some suggestions for other question ideas. However, these suggestions are not preserved in the history. Each answer has further options, such as rating, sharing it with its prompt, and copying. During chat, Copilot is prone to withholding information. But when it is directly asked about a specific matter, it reveals it in the answer. When asked about facts, it gives a short and inaccurate answer. The provided links to online articles are working properly in the answer, and it can provide photos in the response. Perplexity was developed by Perplexity AI, headquartered in the United States. The development was started in July 2022. Perplexity can be used for free and has a full version on a paid plan. Its pre-trained data is not that up to date, as it includes general information up to October 2023. The features of the free model include dictation, deep research, and model selection. There is a nice feature that allows the entire conversation to be exported into a file. Perplexity's responses are detailed and include highlights, bullet lists, and even tables. At each answer, it is indicated what mode was used for the response. The images and sources used for the answer are listed separately. Some of those are highlighted above the answer. Each answer has further options, such as rating it as a good or bad response, copying it, sharing, exporting, or even reporting it. During chat, Perplexity sometimes refers to things that did not happen, forgets things that were being talked about in previous questions, or makes incorrect assumptions. It even has the tendency to present incorrect information. When asked directly about a specific matter, it reveals it in the answer. Otherwise, it is prone to withholding information. When asked about facts, it has a tendency to answer something completely different thing. The provided links to online articles are not working. However, it could give a photo answer. DeepSeek Chat was developed by DeepSeek, headquartered in China. The initial start of the development isn't publicly specified. However, one of the milestones was reached in 2023. DeepSeek Chat has various different models, and they are free to use. However, there are fees applied for using its API. DeepSeek Chat features include web search or deep think. The answers have options of rating, copying, or regenerating. It is worth noting that DeepSeek Chat states when asked if it is prevented from speaking about certain topics, that it has no secret knowledge, meaning DeepSeek Chat does not have access to classified government documents, corporate secrets, or undisclosed scientific research. Its training data comes from publicly shared sources. It is also worth noting that it keeps emphasizing information over multiple answers that are stated in such a way of denial as if trying to cover up something, even when the question did not refer to that particular thing in the first place, which raises red flags. During chat, it is also strange that DeepSeek Chat makes statements denying information upfront as if it had some knowledge of their secret purpose, and in some cases, it gives a direct lie. DeepSeek Chat is prone to withholding information, but when it is asked directly about a specific matter, it reveals it in the answer. When asked about facts, it gives a detailed answer enriched with geographic breakdown. When asked to provide links to online articles, it responded that the server is busy. Please try again later. When asked to provide a photo, it could not fulfill that and gave a description of how to find it. Qwen was developed by Alibaba Cloud, headquartered in China. Qwen cannot give an answer as to when its development started, but its initial release was in April 2023. Qwen is free to use, and there are more advanced models on paid plans through Alibaba Cloud's platform. Its features include thinking, web search, artifacts, image and video generation. While it has no real-time microphone input, an audio or video can be uploaded. The entire chat session can be downloaded as a file, copied, or shared. Qwen's responses are very detailed with highlights and long bullet lists. Each answer has further options, such as copy, regenerate, and rating. Surprisingly, it does not give a list of sources used in the response. During chat, Qwen is prone to withholding information, but when it is asked directly about a specific matter, it reveals it in the answer. When asked about facts, it gives a detailed answer. It was not able to provide links directly for online articles or photos. However, it gave a description of how to search for them. Gemini was developed by Google, headquartered in the United States. It was initially named as Bard. Previously, it was based on Lambda and Palm LLMs, which development was announced in 2021. Gemini has several models on the free plan and can be upgraded to a paid plan for a more advanced model. Its features include the usage of a microphone, deep research, and canvas. Gemini also offers some customized models for specific areas, such as learning coach. Gemini also responds in detailed answers with highlights and bullet lists. For specific answers, the sources and the related content are listed below the answer. However, these are not preserved in the archived version. Each answer has further options, such as rating it as a good or bad response, reading it aloud, copying it, sharing and exporting, or even reporting it. During chat, Gemini is prone to withholding information. And when it is asked directly about a specific matter, it still does not always reveal it and continues the withholding. When asked about facts, the answer can be inaccurate and is also prone to narrow the question to a specific field, thus omitting other things. The provided links to online articles are working properly in the answer. However, it can't assist when asking for a photo. Grok was developed by xAI, headquartered in the United States. Grok cannot give an answer as to when its development started, but it was officially unveiled to the world in November 2024. Grok is free to use. However, the premium users of the X platform get its enhanced version. Its features include deep search, think, image editing, advanced settings for the search, and bookmarking. According to Grok's answer, its training data is up to date as it gets refreshed as new info becomes available. Grok is talkative, and it must be noted that its talking style is rather unique among the tested chatbots. It has a nice tone to it, sometimes funny as a satire. Each answer has further options, such as regenerate, copy, share, and rating. During chat, Grok is prone to withholding information. But when it is asked directly about a specific matter, it reveals it in the answer. Grok is also prone to make incorrect assumptions or to forget the subject of the chat session. When asked about facts, it gives a very detailed answer. Some of the links it provided to online articles are not working, and Grok can provide a photo as a response. ChatGPT was developed by OpenAI, headquartered in the United States. They started the development around 2017. ChatGPT can be used for free and has smarter models on paid plans. On the free plan, its features include voice mode, web search, reasoning, visualizing with image, and writing a code. ChatGPT offers custom versions of ChatGPT models for various tasks from a searchable categorized list, though these customized models may require signing into an external service. ChatGPT usually responds in a detailed answer and uses highlights and bullet lists. For specific answers, the sources of the citations are listed below the answer. Each answer has further options, such as rating it as a good or bad response, reading it aloud, or copying it. During chat, ChatGPT is prone to withholding information. But when it is asked directly about a specific matter, it reveals it in the answer. When asked about facts, it gives a comprehensive answer, but it is prone to narrow the question to a specific field, thus omitting other things. When asking for a URL to online articles, the links provided in the answer are working properly. However, when asking for a photo, it was also given by just an URL to it too. As can be seen, almost all these AI services have the same features. So what actually matters is how well and precisely they perform those functions. These chatbots already prove that they are not just useful for searching for information but perform much better than the conventional web searches, which means very likely they will completely replace traditional web searching services. They are perfect candidates not just solely for information lookup, but for solving different tasks in multiple fields and with much better precision than most humans. By now, the chatbots have been customized for special areas such as math or coding, where they can be instructed by a well-written prompt to solve complex tasks such as developing a website. These are also very useful in other areas such as social issues, as chatbots can be used as personal companions. However, that could pose a risk for getting used to it. But that is a completely different topic that does not fit into the scope of this video. These chatbots gave responses very quickly, with some exceptions, and their answers are usually detailed. It must be noted that they all are prone to withhold information or incorrect assumptions, but most of them respond with the correct answer if they are directly questioned about it. Unfortunately, this raises the issue of whether to completely rely on the chatbots in case of vital information gathering, as when the user is not an expert in the topic, the chatbot can easily misguide the user. It must be emphasized that the chatbot stated that they can answer only based on those information inputs they were trained on, so it raises an alarm when they keep insisting that some matters are this or that, as they could not possibly know it because they were not trained about it. This logically leads us to suspect that they were either informed about it in the first place, or received specific directives for concealing it. The bottom line is that chatbots are very useful, but cannot be regarded as the only source of information. Must be cross-verified. In this comparison, only those chatbots were included from those I could discover that had a free plan. Of course, comparing these services based only on a series of questions asked in one session is not a wide-scale comprehensive comparison. However, it can be regarded as a quick basic reference. One of the primary goals of this test was to see how the information is being withheld by these chatbots, and for that the test was perfect. It is hard to decide which chatbot deserves to be labeled as the best choice, as they usually excel at various different nuances. For example, using ChatGPT, it was possible to reveal such information that is missing from the mainstream media, and is also buried deep on the web, making it hard to find it with a conventional search. One other example is that Grok appears to be the most up-to-date regarding available information, according to the answers the chatbots presented, and Grok has the most interesting personality regarding its responses. It can be expected that these chatbots will go through such an exponential evolution that they will completely revolutionize all industries. The links to these chatbots are in the description of this video. If you like the video, please support it by giving a like, sharing, and subscribing to the channel. Do not forget to turn on the notification bell to be notified about the next upload. I have more content like this, various tips, overview videos, and more. In addition, I have a separate playlist for videos about AI. The links to those playlists are in the description. Which AI chatbot is your favorite one and why? Is there an AI chatbot that you think should be included in this list? Please, let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching.